So I've spent the last year building AI systems for real businesses. That's automating client onboarding, creating voice agents, and testing pretty much every major model out there to see what actually works. After hundreds of hours inside these tools, I think it's been pretty clear not all tools are built the same. If you find yourself using the wrong one, you can be wasting time, accuracy, and really missing out on what AI can actually do. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 3 largest language models in the world right now. That's ChatGPT's 5, Claude 4.5, and Gemini 2.5. And I will be showing you exactly when to use each one. We're going to cover what makes each one unique, those pros and cons that no one is talking about, how to pick that right one for your workflow. So that's whether you're going to be writing, researching, or automating for your business, and how to pick the right one for your workflow. And if you're new here to the channel, welcome. My name is Adam Prioletti, and I am the founder of Serenium AI. I help entrepreneurs, creators, and agencies implement AI into their business without the need to be technical, and I share everything that I learn on this channel so that you could learn it too. All right, let's dive in. Starting with the one that everybody knows, ChatGPT. You're going to want to use ChatGPT when you want to create, communicate, or automate fast. If AI were a sport, ChatGPT would be your all-round athlete. It's fast, it's flexible, and it's creative. So back in August 2025, OpenAI released GPT-5. That replaced GPT-4 and Turbo. This introduced a 1 million token context window, sharper reasoning, but then also longer-term memory across sessions. Why is this actually great, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. Number one is the creative power, the marketing copy this can make, the scripts, the hooks, the blog posts it can write in seconds. Absolutely insane. It's also automation ready, so that means we can connect to Make, Zapier, we can connect to HubSpot, and it can have conversations, FAQs, and content creation can all be done through chat. One of the things I really like about OpenAI is how fast and friendly it is. So you notice it's more like a conversation between two people rather than actually a robot replying to you. Now, some of the downsides, however, it does say hallucinate on some of the facts. What you may find is it will give you some information and then you'll question it and it'll say, actually, that's incorrect. So make sure you double check all the facts that you're spewing out because it might not be real. What you may find is sometimes it will give you a quote or some information it states as fact, but when you question it or you find things that are contradicting, shall we say, it may realize its error and then apologize. One thing to keep in mind. Another thing that I find with it sometimes is it prefers speed over deep reasoning, and I guess sometimes the output can sound quite templated. Like if I asked you a question and somebody else asked it a question, it could give a similar answer. So you may have to tweak the prompts that you give it a little bit more. So some of the best use cases I've found with this are going to be for ad copy, social captions, or even email campaigns. Another is going to be automating content or responses, brainstorming offers, taglines, or marketing ideas. I suppose you can think of ChatGPT as like your marketing assistant, fast, flexible, and always ready to build assistant. And the next big player on our list is Claude. You're going to want to use Claude when accuracy, reasoning, and tone matter the most. It's built by Anthropic, and imagine him as the cool, calm, collected sidekick. Imagine him like the ultimate brain, the lawyer, the strategist of the AI world. The 3 models that are available are Sonnet, Opus, and Haiku, and they're more for clarity and deep reasoning versus the other LLMs that are available today. Claude is going to be a little bit different here by default, so it roughly handles around 200,000 tokens for the average user, over 1 million tokens for the enterprise users. So what this actually means is you can drop a large document in there and it will go through the entire piece and then come back with reasoned insights. So one of the main benefits here is we're able to read through and contextualize large documents and understand them. I find that the writing capability is much more professional with a much better tone, and it explains why decisions make sense, not just what to do. I think some of the smaller negatives are that it has fewer integrations and doesn't have a plugin store. Sometimes it can be a little bit overcautious and take its time on some shorter prompts. But some of the best use cases are going to be to analyze research papers, contracts, or data reports. I found that it's best for writing proposals, SOPs, and client documents. It's also great for factual explanations on complex topics. Think of Claude as your deep thinking advisor. He's methodical, precise, and built for the accuracy. Like a precise sniper. And last but not least, Gemini. You want to use Gemini when you're going to be using data, research, or Google tools. Gemini 2.5 was released around July 2025. It's Google's flagship multi-model AI. It handles text, image, audio, and even video. Obviously, we're all in the Google ecosphere, and if you're not using Google, you're probably living under a rock. But the great thing about Gemini is it's baked directly into Google Workspace. So I'm talking Sheets, Docs, Google Sheet, Gmail. Some of the main things that make it really stand out are its real-time research. It connects to Google Search for up-to-date information and fact-checking. So it's great for data analysis because it reads spreadsheets, builds formulas, and visualizes data instantly inside Sheets. It's also great at summarizing email threads, meeting notes, and documents. Some of the downsides is I find that the creative writing is a little bit more inferior to that of Claude and ChatGPT. I'd say the interface outside the workspace is pretty basic. Some aren't that keen of Google having every single piece of data on you, but that is one of those arguments that is to be had. Of course, Google is going to be the king of SEO research, keyword planning, and fact checking. If you have business data to analyze or performance metrics, and of course, automating anything inside Google Workspace. Think of Gemini as your data-driven researcher, fast, factual, and seamlessly integrated into your everyday tools. So let's do a very quick recap. Imagine ChatGPT 5 as your creative builder, best for everything marketing, ideation, and automation. Just maybe take avoidance if you want some deep factual accuracy. And imagine Claude 4 or 4.5 as your analytical strategist, best for research, reports, and reasoning. Just maybe avoid if you need something quick, punchy, and creative. And Gemini 2.5. Imagine them as your data-driven researcher, always best for Google Workspace, SEO, and data workflows. But you don't really want to be using them for storytelling or brand voice. So if you're a creator or marketer, you want to start with ChatGPT. If you're a strategist or consultant, Claude is going to be your best friend. And if you're managing data or research, Gemini is going to help you move the fastest. Together, they form the king stack of AI in 2025. So here's my top-down process. GPT-5 to brainstorm, Claude to refine, and then Gemini to do all the fact-checking. I want to highlight there is no single best AI model in 2025 at this current moment. Each has a different use case, and I suggest you use it for the use case that you're going for. If you're a creator, entrepreneur, or business owner exploring AI, your best bet is to experiment. Try each model side by side and you'll quickly realize which one kind of matches your preference. If this helped, hit subscribe and join me as I keep building at Serenium AI. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.